Good day, Sir DM. I am Crizel Makayanan and I will be explaining how our program works, and also I will be showing some sample runs later. So, our group topic is Students' Final Grade and General Weighted Average Calculator. The idea of this program is that it allows students to compute their grades based on their current courses. So first, we define here the student number as an integer and the name as characters that contain 100 letters. The first void function that we have here is enter student details by asking the user his or her name and student number. It will be called later on. Here we have an in function which is the compute menu. The choice here is defined since there is a value that is needed. The program will ask what does the student need to compute, and if the pressed key is not in the choices, the program will not proceed. Validation is done to avoid unnecessary inputs aside from the choices. Next, we have another choices under choose course function, showing the courses for the term and what courses the user would like to compute. We have here again an if-else statement where if the entered value is not within the choices, the program will not proceed until the appropriate key is pressed or entered. Next, we have another void function compute course where the contents are asking the user to enter his or her grades in percentage. The courses is in string because we are comparing in the if-else statement. Another in function is the main function for the computation of final grade. We are just defining variables here for it to be read by the program. For the choice, it is calling the prior function compute menu. Here, we can see that if the program entered the key 1, there will be multiple cases in which the user may choose a subject to be computed. The formulas are being called here in the compute course function that I've said earlier. So, if the user entered the key 2, the program will compute for the general weighted average. Here, the program will ask the user the equivalent numerical grade of the computed percentage grade. Lastly, the program will ask if the user wishes to continue. If he or she pressed Y, the program will go back to the start and ask the user, what do you want to compute again? If the user press N, the program will end. Now, let's run the program. So, the name, and the student number, so the program will ask what does the user want to compute. So let's choose first one and then enter the number of course you want to compute. I would like to compute, let's say, physics. And then it will ask to input the total grade in percentage of CITWIX and homeworks, 79, let's say. And then quizzes, let's say 80. Prelims, let's say 82. Midterm exam, let's say 75. And finals exam, let's say 85. So there, my final grade in physics is 80.2. So I wish to compute another, so let's press Y. So this time I would like to compute still the final grade, but Let's try calculus naman. So, works and homeworks, let's say 84. Quizzes, 78. Prelims, 87. Midterms, 89. And lastly, finals, 89. There. So my final grade in calculus is 85.4. Then I want to compute another, but this time I want to compute the general weighted average. So let's press Y. So 2. And then for, let's say my numerical grade in Gen Chem is 2.0, and then physics 2.25, and then calculus 2.5, logic reasoning with critical thinking, let's say 1.5, and English for academic studies 1.75. So there, my GWA is 2.05769. So the program asking again if I want to compute another. No. So yeah, thank you, Rizal Makayanan, for using this program. So thank you, sir, for listening.